In a distant galaxy, many planets were filled with fear. An alien empire known as the Zephyrins was spreading rumors of a terrible attack. This powerful empire had already taken over many worlds, leaving destruction in its wake. Alien races trembled at the thought of facing them. They had heard stories of the Zephyrins' strength, and many believed there was no hope. On Earth, a group of brave humans gathered in a large room. They were leaders, soldiers, and scientists, all united by a single purpose: to protect their home. The room was filled with tension as they discussed the news of the Zephyrin threat. General Mark, a strong and wise leader, stood at the front. He was known for his courage and had faced many challenges in the past. "We cannot let fear take over," General Mark said, looking at each person in the room. "While others hide, we must stand strong. We have faced danger before, and we can do it again." His words echoed in the hearts of the humans, filling them with hope. Dr. Elena, a brilliant scientist, stepped forward. "The Zephyrins have advanced technology, but we have something they do not: the will to fight for our freedom. We must prepare ourselves and our allies." Her eyes sparkled with determination. She had been working on a new weapon that could help them in the upcoming battle. Meanwhile, on a nearby planet, the leaders of other alien races were meeting. They were filled with fear and doubt. "What can we do against the Zephyrins?" one leader asked, trembling. "They will destroy us all." Another leader nodded, saying, "We should surrender before it's too late." Back on Earth, the humans were determined to change the minds of their allies. They knew they had to act quickly. General Mark called for a meeting with the leaders of other planets. "We must show them that we will not give up," he said. "Together we can face the Zephyrin threat." The following day, General Mark and Dr. Elena sent a message across the galaxy. "We stand ready to fight! We invite all those who seek freedom to join us. The Zephyrins may be strong, but together we can defeat them." Their message reached many planets, sparking hope in the hearts of those who heard it. As the sun set over Earth, the humans gathered in the command center. They watched the stars twinkle in the night sky, waiting for a response from their allies. Suddenly, an alarm rang out. The screens flickered to life, showing a massive alien fleet approaching Earth. General Mark's heart raced. "They're here! We must prepare for battle." The humans sprang into action. Soldiers grabbed their weapons, and scientists worked on their new technology. They were ready to fight for their home. As the alien ships grew closer, fear swept through the galaxy. Many planets watched in silence, unsure of what to do. The Zephyrins sent a message, taunting the leaders of Earth. "Your time is up, humans. Surrender or face destruction." But the humans stood firm. "We will not surrender," General Mark shouted. His voice was filled with strength, and it inspired everyone around him. The humans knew that this was their moment to shine. They would not let fear control them. In the darkness of space, the human fleet prepared for battle. Their ships were small but filled with advanced technology. The soldiers were brave and ready to defend their planet. As the alien fleet arrived, the humans took their positions. The moment was tense. Every heart raced as they prepared for the fight of their lives. They were ready to show the galaxy that humans would face fear head-on, no matter the cost. As the first shots rang out, the humans realized that they were not alone. Together they would stand and fight against the Zephyrin threat. The battle for Earth had begun, and the humans were determined to protect their home. They would face the darkness with courage and strength, proving that bravery can shine even in the most terrifying times. As the battle against the Zephyrin fleet raged on, the humans on Earth felt the weight of their responsibility. General Mark stood on the command bridge, watching the screens filled with chaos. Alien ships were everywhere, and the sounds of explosions echoed through the room. Yet, amidst the chaos, he knew they could not fight alone. They needed allies. "Listen up!" General Mark shouted, rallying his troops. "We may be outnumbered, but we are not outmatched. We need to reach out to our allies and convince them to join us. If we fight together, we can turn the tide." His voice was strong and filled with determination. Dr. Elena was beside him, her fingers flying over the controls. "I can enhance our communication systems to send messages across the galaxy," she said. "If we can reach out to the planets, we may inspire them to join our cause." Within moments, the humans had a plan. They would send out a powerful message to all the planets in the galaxy. They needed to remind everyone of the strength of unity and the importance of standing together against tyranny. Dr. Elena worked tirelessly, crafting a message that would resonate with all races. When the message was ready, General Mark took a deep breath. He knew how important this was. He stood before the camera ready to address the galaxy. People of the galaxy, we are facing a great danger. The Zephyrin Empire threatens not just Earth, but all who value freedom. We call upon you to join us. Together, we can defeat this evil." His voice echoed through space, reaching distant planets. He spoke of courage and hope, of standing united against a common enemy. The message was filled with powerful images of brave soldiers, scientists, and everyday people fighting for their homes. As the broadcast ended, the command bridge was silent for a moment. Then, a cheer erupted from the crew. They were ready to fight, and they believed they could win. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, various alien leaders watched the broadcast. Some felt a spark of hope ignite in their hearts. They recalled their own struggles and the stories of humans who had faced fear with bravery. One leader, a tall creature with shimmering blue skin named Zara, spoke to her council. "We cannot allow fear to control us any longer. The humans are right, we must unite against the Zephyrins." Zara's words inspired her council. They began reaching out to other races, spreading the message of unity. As more leaders heard General Mark's call, they too began to reconsider their positions. On another planet, a council of warriors huddled together, unsure of what to do. "The humans are fighting with everything they have," one warrior said. "We cannot stand by and watch them fall. We must join the fight." They quickly decided to send their best fighters to Earth, ready to support their new allies. Back on Earth, Dr. Elena and General Mark were busy preparing for the new allies' arrival. They worked tirelessly to gather intelligence about the Zephyrins and develop new strategies. Each day, more ships from different planets arrived in orbit around Earth, adding to the growing fleet. As the days passed, the humans and their new allies trained together. They learned from each other, sharing tactics and technology. The atmosphere in the command center was filled with excitement and determination. They were no longer just humans. They were part of a larger force, fighting for freedom. One night, the leaders gathered to discuss their strategy. General Mark looked around the room filled with warriors and diplomats from various races. "This is it," he said, his voice steady. "We have come together to face the Zephyrins. We must strike back hard and show them that we will not be intimidated. We are stronger together." The room erupted in cheers, each voice filled with passion and commitment. They shared stories, laughs, and even fears, bonding over their shared goal. It was clear that they had created a family among the stars, united against a common threat. As they prepared for battle, they knew they were not alone. The humans had inspired others to fight. Together, they would stand firm against the Zephyrin Empire. They were ready to face the darkness, proving that when unity shines, fear has no power. The call for unity had been answered, and hope flickered brightly in the hearts of those who dared to fight. The atmosphere in the command center buzzed with excitement and determination. With allies from different planets arriving, the humans knew they were building something powerful. General Mark looked at the diverse group of warriors and leaders gathered around the large table, their faces lit with hope. He could feel the energy in the room, a mix of courage, fear, and a burning desire to fight against the Zephyrin Empire. "Today we begin a new chapter," General Mark declared, his voice steady and clear. "We are no longer just humans. We are a united front. Together, we will show the Zephyrins that their reign of terror ends here." He looked at the leaders from other races. "We must train together, share our strengths, and learn from one another." Dr. Elena stepped forward, ready to share her latest ideas. "I have been working on a new strategy," she said. "Our technology is advanced, but we need to adapt it to work with the strengths of our allies." She showed everyone a holographic display of the new battle plans. "Each race has unique abilities. If we combine them, we can create a powerful force." The leaders nodded, intrigued. Zara, the shimmering blue-skinned leader, spoke up. "We are warriors skilled in close combat. Our strength lies in our agility and speed. If we can flank the enemy, we can distract them while the humans strike hard." Another leader, a tall reptilian named Gore, added, "Our ships are built for stealth. We can infiltrate the enemy's defenses without being detected. If we work together, we can create chaos among their ranks." The room buzzed with ideas and strategies as they shared their knowledge. Days turned into weeks as the humans and their new allies trained side by side. They practiced together in the large hangar where their ships were stored. Each day was filled with laughter, shouting, and the sounds of weapons being tested. The atmosphere was electric. Everyone felt like they were part of something bigger than themselves. One morning, Dr. Elena organized a special training session. "Let's focus on teamwork," she said, her eyes shining with excitement. We need to work as one unit. If we can combine our abilities, we will be unstoppable. The training began with different races paired together, mixing their strengths and learning from one another. As they practiced, the humans were amazed at the skills of their allies. The agile warriors moved swiftly, dodging attacks and countering with precision. The stealthy ships glided through the hangar, showing their capabilities. The humans felt inspired by their new friends and realized they had much to learn. One afternoon, while practicing, an unexpected challenge arose. A group of Zephyrin scouts had discovered the Alliance's location. They launched a surprise attack on the training grounds. Alarms blared and everyone scrambled into action. General Mark quickly organized a defense. "Everyone to your stations! We will show the Zephyrins that we are ready for anything." The humans and their allies fought side by side, using their unique skills to repel the attackers. The chaos of battle unfolded, but the unity they had built was on full display. Zara darted through the enemy lines, her speed allowing her to take down several Zephyrins before they even realized she was there. Gore's warriors used their stealth to flank the enemy, causing confusion and fear among the attackers. The humans, armed with their advanced weapons, provided cover fire, holding back the Zephyrin scouts. In the heat of battle, Dr. Elena saw an opportunity. "Follow me," she shouted, leading a group of humans and allies to a position that would give them the upper hand. Together, they launched a coordinated attack that pushed the Zephyrins back. As the dust settled and the Zephyrins retreated, the Alliance erupted in cheers. They had defended their training ground together, showcasing the strength of their unity. General Mark looked around at his comrades, pride swelling in his heart. "This is just the beginning," he said, raising his voice over the celebrations. "If we can face this attack together, we can face anything the Zephyrins throw at us." The Alliance had formed a bond stronger than any single race. They had come together, each contributing their unique abilities to create a force that was ready to fight back against the Zephyrin Empire. With newfound confidence, they began to prepare for the battles ahead, knowing that together they could overcome any fear that came their way. The day had finally come. The sun shone brightly over the earth, but the atmosphere was heavy with tension. General Mark stood on the command bridge looking at the massive fleet gathered in orbit. Ships from various races, each unique and powerful, formed a brilliant display of unity. The humans, along with their allies, were ready for the battle against the Zephyrin Empire. "Today, we fight for our freedom and for every world that values peace," General Mark declared, his voice echoing throughout the command center. "We may face great danger, but we will show the Zephyrins that we are not afraid. We stand together." Around him, the leaders of their allied races nodded, determination in their eyes. Zara, with her shimmering blue skin, looked fierce. "We are ready to take the fight to them. Let's show them our strength." Gore, the tall reptilian warrior, clenched his fists, his sharp claws glinting in the light. As they prepared for battle, Dr. Elena finalized the battle plans. "Our strategy is set," she said, pointing to the holographic display. "We will split into two main forces. One group will engage the Zephyrin fleet directly, while the other will launch a surprise attack on their ground forces." The crew moved with purpose, checking weapons and preparing their ships. The air was filled with excitement and nervous energy. As the countdown began, everyone focused on their mission. 3, 2, 1, launch! General Mark shouted. The ships shot out of the hangar, engines roaring as they propelled into space. The sight was breathtaking, a mixture of colors and shapes as the fleet sped towards the Zephyrin ships. As they neared the enemy, the tension escalated. Zephyrin ships swarmed in formation, dark and menacing against the bright backdrop of the stars. "Here we go!" Mark said, gripping the controls tightly. "Prepare for engagement!" The battle erupted with a ferocity that took everyone by surprise. Laser beams flashed in every direction. Explosions lit up the dark space, and the sounds of war echoed throughout the command center. The humans and their allies fought bravely, their ships working together in a coordinated dance of destruction. In the heat of the battle, Zara led a squadron of agile ships darting through enemy lines. She was quick, her movements precise as she took down Zephyrin fighters one by one. "Stay close! Follow my lead!" she called out, her voice steady and strong. Gore's warriors provided heavy firepower, their ships blasting through the enemy ranks. "Keep pushing! We will not let them advance!" he roared, rallying his crew. The combined strength of their ships created a formidable force that the Zephyrins had not anticipated. On the ground, Dr. Elena coordinated with ground troops, ensuring they had everything they needed. "Move out! We must secure the area around the base," she shouted. Humans and their allies worked side by side, taking cover and launching attacks against the Zephyrin ground forces. As the fighting intensified, a group of Zephyrin tanks rolled into the area. They were heavily armored and their weapons fired with deadly accuracy. But the humans had prepared for this. "Deploy the drones!" Dr. Elena ordered. Small drones flew out, hovering above the tanks. They unleashed a barrage of missiles, striking the Zephyrins before they could react. The ground shook as the tanks exploded, sending debris flying. "We're making progress!" Dr. Elena cheered, feeling a surge of hope. Back in space, General Mark faced a critical moment. "We need to break their formation," he yelled to his crew. "Target their command ship. That's where we can deal a serious blow." The crew responded quickly, their eyes focused on the enemy flagship, a massive dark ship looming in the distance. With determination, they aimed their weapons and unleashed a concentrated attack. Laser beams hit the command ship, causing it to shudder. "Keep firing! We cannot let them regroup!" Mark shouted, adrenaline pumping through his veins. As they continued to press the attack, the tide of battle began to shift. The Zephyrins, taken aback by the unexpected unity and strength of their opponents, faltered. Ships exploded and their formation started to crumble. "Victory is within our grasp!" General Mark exclaimed, his heart racing. He could see the determination in his crew's eyes, the fire of battle igniting their spirits. The Alliance had proven their strength, fighting together as one. As the battle raged on, it became clear that this was just the beginning. They had taken the fight to the Zephyrins, and together they were stronger than ever. United, they faced their fears head-on, ready to forge a new path toward freedom. The echoes of battle slowly faded as the last of the Zephyrin ships retreated into the depths of space. The alliance of humans and their newfound allies stood victorious, but the air was thick with the exhaustion of the fight. General Mark surveyed the battlefield from the command bridge, his heart swelling with pride as he watched the remaining ships return. "Did we really do it?" a young pilot named Sarah asked, her eyes wide with disbelief. "Did we win?" Mark smiled, feeling a wave of relief wash over him. "Yes, Sarah. We did it together. This victory belongs to every one of us." His voice rang with certainty, and he felt the strength of their unity. As the ships landed back on Earth, the crew spilled out onto the tarmac. Cheers erupted from the gathered crowd of families and friends who had watched the battle unfold from afar. Humans embraced their allies, their hearts filled with joy and relief. Zara and Gore stood beside General Mark, their eyes shining with pride. "Today we proved that together we are stronger," Zara said, her voice firm. "The Zephyrins may be powerful, but we showed them our courage." Gore nodded, his expression serious. "This victory is just the beginning. We must remain united and vigilant." "They will come back," Mark agreed, feeling the weight of Gore's words. "We cannot forget the sacrifices made today. Many brave warriors fought and fell. We honor them by continuing to fight for peace." As the celebration continued, Dr. Elena approached, a look of determination on her face. "We need to start planning our next steps. We must prepare for what comes next. The Zephyrins will not give up easily." The crowd began to gather around the stage set up in the center of the tarmac. General Mark stepped forward, raising his hands for silence. "Today, we celebrate, but we also remember those we lost in this battle. They fought bravely for our future, and we must carry their spirit with us." He paused, glancing at the flags of the various allied races, each representing the courage of its people. "This victory is a symbol of our unity. We must continue to work together, share our knowledge, and train to face the challenges ahead." The crowd erupted into applause, the sound echoing in the air like a thunderous wave. They felt a sense of hope, a renewed strength in their hearts. Families hugged each other, warriors clapped each other on the back, and laughter filled the air. As night fell, the stars twinkled brightly overhead. The Allied leaders gathered around a fire, sharing stories and plans for the future. Zara turned to General Mark, her expression thoughtful. "What will our next move be?" "We have a chance to build a strong alliance." Mark nodded, considering her words. "We will reach out to more races. The galaxy is vast, and we need all the allies we can find. Together, we can create a network of support against the Zephyrins." Gore leaned forward, his eyes gleaming with determination. And we must train. Our victory today was hard-earned, but we cannot become complacent. We must be ready for their next attack. Dr. Elena agreed, her eyes focused on the horizon. We should develop new technology, combining our resources. We can create weapons and defenses that will protect our worlds. As they spoke, a sense of purpose filled the air. The alliance was more than just a temporary solution. It was a new beginning. They were ready to stand together against any threat. Days turned into weeks as the alliance solidified. They worked tirelessly, sharing their knowledge and training side by side. Mark watched with pride as humans and their allies trained together, forging bonds that would last a lifetime. As they prepared for what lay ahead, a spirit of hope filled their hearts. They had faced the darkness and emerged stronger. The victory over the Zephyrins was not just a battle won, it was a beacon of hope for the future. General Mark stood before his comrades, looking into their determined faces. We have proven that fear does not control us. Together we can overcome anything. Let this victory inspire us to keep fighting for our freedom, for peace, and for a united galaxy. And with that, they raised their weapons and their flags high, ready to face whatever came next, knowing that together they were unstoppable.